Breaking news for you on the West Coast, a decision in the case that has divided a small town.
And this was really a powerful and extremely emotional verdict that came in just moments ago in Steubenville. This is a case that has divided a community there. This is a case that two defendants now face the possibility of up to a few years, meaning they're both 16, 17. They could be in a juvenile detention facility until they are 21 years old. Good morning, Rob. Good
morning, guys. This really was a chilling day in court. You could feel it there. Just moments ago, a verdict was delivered in that Steubenville, Ohio sexual assault trial. And here is the judge with his decision.
That both of the defendants are hereby adjudicated delinquent beyond a reasonable doubt on all three counts as charged.
And for the very latest now, let's go to ABC's Alex Perez, who is on the scene right there at the courthouse. Alex.
Well, good morning, Rob. This is the verdict that so many people were waiting to hear this morning. As you just heard a second ago, the judge finding both defendants guilty on all charges, or delinquent, as they say in juvenile court. Now, video inside the courtroom just after that verdict was read, both the defendants, Trent Mays and Malik Richmond, began crying in the courtroom as that verdict was being read. Malik Richmond actually stood up when he was given an opportunity to speak and apologized to the court and also apologized to the accuser in this case. The family of Trent Mays also addressed the court and apologized. Of course, Mays and Richmond are the two high school football players who were accused of sexually assaulting a 16-year-old girl after a night of underage drinking and partying last August. Now, prosecutors argued throughout this case that the girl was too drunk to consent. The defense throughout the case maintained what happened wasn't rape. Now, an emotional scene inside the courtroom today. We are still waiting to hear what exactly the sentence the judge will. These young men will face being sentenced to a detention center until they are 21 years old. We will continue to follow this story as it develops. Of course, this has made headlines around the world. We'll keep watching it and bring you details as necessary.
All right, Alex Perez live for us right there in front of that courthouse. A chilling end to that remarkable case. Guys, back to you.
When you talk about juvenile proceedings, you're adding that much more emotion to the entirety of the proceeding, right? Because you're talking about people who are being treated not as adults, but as minors. And you hear from the parents. You hear from family members, and that is part of what makes it so incredibly emotional. But as the three of us were sitting here listening to this verdict, it is hard, no matter what you think about this case, not to be emotional. When something like this happens, when a ruling like this comes in, at this point, the judge is hearing from them to try to determine what kind of sentence they could get. Because remember, they both face the possibility of having to register as sex offenders, likely to be the case that this judge will say that for the rest of their lives, they have to register as sex offenders. So both defendants breaking down inside that courtroom, an incredibly emotional moment. We're waiting for the judge's official sentence, but again, facing up to their 21 years old in a juvenile facility.